name is Colin, and today I'm bringing you another movie review. Today we'll be reviewing 1917, the new war movie. Now, going into this film, I was super hyped. I'm a huge fan of war movies, like Saving Private Ryan, Apocalypse Now, some of my favorite films of all time. I really like the historical aspects of a war film. And Sam Mendes, I love him as a director. Like American Beauty, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I was very hyped for this movie. It recently won the Golden Globe for Best Picture, and everybody was telling me this is like the movie of the year, and I'm like, maybe it'll be, maybe it won't. I might be one of the people that thinks it's overrated, but coming out of this movie, I can say that 1917 is a visceral experience and probably one of my favorite war movies of all time. I'm not kidding, guys. This it's technically a 2019 movie, even though it's the first movie I'm reviewing this year. I'd say it's right up there with Marriage Story and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Definitely in my top 5 of 2019, and probably like one of my favorite films of the decade. And I'd say it's my favorite war movie of the decade. As much as I love Hacksaw Ridge, this movie's better. Just emotional, but it's also a bit of a character piece. So it's about these two British soldiers that have information to prevent a battle, and that's really the movie. It's just these two guys walking there to prevent it. You don't really have too much like big war movie action that you might usually have, but I think that this is because this is a more like character piece. It's kind of like Apocalypse Now in that manner. Like, it's definitely more of an Apocalypse Now type movie than Saving Private Ryan, but the characters that Sam Mendes has here, George McKay and Dean Charles Chapman, who actually played Tommen Baratheon on Game of Thrones. I was never the biggest fan of Tommen's character, but I thought Chapman played the role well. They are both fantastic in this movie, and their chemistry is great. And there's a moment right after the first, about halfway into the movie, you know what I am, where you'll know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. Basically, the movie just shifts gears. It really, like, this is a depressing, but also an emotionally uplifting film for me. Just, the cinematography, Roger Deakins, my god, so beautiful. This should win Best Cinematography at the Oscars, in my opinion. Just, it's so beautiful, and it recently got nominated for Best Picture. If this wins Best Picture, I'll be very happy. This and Marriage Story and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, those are the 3 films I would like to see win. And if 1917 wins, I'm all for that. I would be very happy if this movie wins, because honestly, this is the best directed film from last year. Some of the best direction I've ever seen. And it's so well shot. The whole movie is in one shot, and I'm not saying that, like, most of it's in one shot. No, it's all in one shot. Like, I was making sure it was in one shot the whole time. There have been movies that have done this before, like Birdman, but this one, you really feel it the whole way through. And Sam Mendes, he makes you feel like a soldier in this movie, because you're really developing with these characters and seeing how the experience affects these people. It's very traumatizing at times, and for some people, they're not big on war movies. This movie definitely has some gory scenes. Like, this is not going to be one of the most rewatchable movies for some people. I'm going to rewatch it because of the emotional experience it gave me. I love these characters. The writing was great. The music was fantastic. I am championing this to win Oscars. Just such a great movie. I mean, and for some people it might drag, but it flew by for me. This is just like a near perfect war movie. One of my favorite war movies of all time. This is one of the best films of 2019 or 2020, whatever you want to call it. Just one of the best war movies ever. This is such a freaking great movie. The characters, the performances. I will say, the performances are probably, by default, the weakest aspects. They're fantastic, but they're not Oscar-worthy like the script or just the film overall. Like, the direction, Sam Mendes, you can tell that this is a very emotional story for him to tell, and he just completely delivers in every sense of the word. This is just such a great movie. Whew, it's just an emotional experience throughout. I was I was almost crying in the end, because when it was over, I'm just like, damn, that was a great movie. It was so great, guys. And yeah, this is not a movie that I highly recommend. This is a film that I demand that you go see. Even if you're not into war movies, I think you'll love this movie. I really can't imagine somebody not loving this masterpiece of a film. 1917 is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. Go check it out in theaters right now. It deserves your money, deserves your ticket. Just go see 1917. Alright, guys, that was only about a 5-minute review, but I can only say how perfect the film is, and I don't want to spoil anything, so yeah, 1917, great movie. Go watch it right now, I swear to God. Alright, if you liked today's video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more reviews from me. And on a scale of 0 to 4 stars, I'm going to give 1917 a 4 to 4 stars. Thank you guys for watching today, and I will hasta la vista.